Live Spirit and Coffee. Got my coffee here. So lovely. And I actually just sent out a message to a coffee company who hopefully will sponsor me. And if they do, um, I really would promote them. I actually love them because they are using organic coffee beans and without all the pesticides and all that stuff, herbicides, homicides, whatever it is, suicides. That's not right. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. But all of the stuff that kills us, right? Insecticides. We know that the word side means to kill off. So I'm pretty excited. We'll see if that happens. Today, I wanted to discuss what's going on in the world. You know, so today I won't be reading, but I will be discussing what is happening around the world, all of the craziness that we're seeing. I did talk to you guys in the past about the chaos. I said, you guys, please pay attention. The chaos is about to come. And what do I mean by the chaos? I mean that the Divine Mother is waking up, and the more that we tick her off, the more that she's pissed off. Good morning, Nicole. Um, what is going to happen? We're going to see chaos and destruction. I told you guys about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, to wake up. Why? Because we need healing right now. Now is not the ship has already sailed. And I told you guys the ship was on dock a while back, and I'm like, the ship is sailing. And now that it's sailing, what do? Now that we know that the ship is in motion, that the crazy is starting to magnify in a way that we can't even understand, it is time to wake up. There is no other time like now. Why? Because it's going to take us to heal the planet. We expect that there's going to be some divine intervention, which will be, but part of that is us waking up and recognizing that we have the power to heal. We have the power to support others in the healing. We have the power to love, even in the midst of the crazy and the chaos. This is not an easy task for people like me and other people around the world who are empaths, or people around the world who truly love fully with their heart. Now, we want to, in this time, right? We want to start pointing fingers, because what do we have going on right now? We have chaos, we have war, we have destruction. Now, has this happened in the past before? Yes. Have we seen characters like this show up in the past? Yes. Why do they show up? That's the big question. Why does this happen, right? Why are we here in this illusion and stuck in this hell? Well, because it's waking us up to who we are. It's telling you to wake up. I've told you guys, wake up, wake up, get up. It's time to wake up, and wake up from the slumber of what? The parts of you that say you're not worthy, the parts of you that think you're not enough, the parts of you that live in the fear, because that is what's perpetuating this, or magnifying the ego the way it is. And because we're stuck in a patriarchal model. I told you guys this in the past. You guys can go back for my historical records. I told you we will go to war. Why? Because we're in a patriarchal model. It's not prophecy. It's actually, it's um, spiritual law. It's natural law. Natural law tells us that too much masculine energy, and we go to war. Now, does that mean man or woman? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the energy that we perpetuate outside. What we see right now is the divine feminine is coming. So here's the deal. I want you guys to see this and understand this from the perspective of two things. We have man, okay? So I'm going to write backwards if I can do this. So we have man, okay? And then we have nature, okay? And in nature, okay, we have the Divine Mother. Now, what is the Divine Mother? Okay, look. I spelled the U backwards because I have to write backwards. So I did the U backwards, so I apologize. So we'll do it this way. Nature. It should be like that. Okay. So we have nature. Now, man right now is in a state of what? A state of masculine energy because we have built our systems off of the pyramid, okay? The upward pyramid, which is the masculine, okay? We have denied the feminine. We've caged the divine feminine, which is the pyramid upside down. Now, if you thought of this from like masculine, feminine, you can see this is like the womb, right? This is like the womb. This penetrates outward. So, what's happening, okay? And I want you guys to understand from the esoteric, bigger picture of what's happening. Man has taken into their own hands divine nature and said, we are going to control what we think should happen in the world. And when man steps into the masculine energy, man and woman, right? I'm just talking about the energy that we hold, we end up battling with each other. The only way that we can stop wars is to heal. The only way that we can heal is by loving. When we perpetuate hatred towards the people that are doing this chaos, we just add to it. We're not helping anything. It's like, oh yeah, they blew us up. Let's go blow them up. That doesn't work. That's not going to stop anything. That's not going to dissolve anything. It might dissolve bodies, but it's not going to heal us. It's not going to heal us internally. The only way to heal the human condition is to love, is to call out to God, is to reconnect to your higher self. I've been crying from all this craziness that's going on. And you guys have seen me get emotional on here, right? Hello, Lean Kid. You guys have seen me get emotional. You've seen me cry, and I don't hold tears back because why? Because right now we're in a state of healing. We got to heal. If we don't heal, we're going to continue on this craziness with people suffering that don't even need to suffer. We heal ourselves through love. We heal ourselves through nurturing. We heal ourselves through the divine feminine. Now, here's what's happening in nature. Man is here. Man is stuck. And I mean man and woman. I'm talking about humans, right? Us humans are stuck in a masculine energy. Now, is anything wrong with masculine energy? No, there's nothing wrong with it unless the pendulum swing too far to the right or the left. When our energy is off balance, it starts to get distorted. The picture starts to distort for us. We have a distorted picture right now. Why? Because we're stuck in this energy. The human condition is stuck in the masculine energy. Okay? Man. That is where man is today. And I should put human. H-U-M. So U and then I think H. Human, okay? Here's what's happening. Divine, hello, Dr. Dubig. What is happening? Human is stuck in the masculine energy. And it's exaggerated, you guys. That's why we are deep within the suffering of war and hatred and pain and all of this stuff. The Divine Mother is saying, wake up and heal yourself, love yourself, show compassion for one another, show love for one another. Where is that? It's almost like it's disappearing because people aren't waking up to it. So guess what? Nature itself will come in and say, I have something to say about that. Now, the Divine Mother in the shadow side to devour, and I don't want to say devour because the Divine Masculine never is devoured, but to put the Divine Masculine in their place, right? And I'm talking from a natural law. I'm not talking by man and woman, okay? Good morning, Halo. I'm talking about the Divine Masculine and Feminine, and this is energy that I'm talking about, will come in and put chaos everywhere. And I told you guys this, it's only going to get worse if we don't wake up. I've said this a year ago. I told you guys, big things are going to start to occur. Big things are going to happen in the earth. And the reason why is because we're not waking up. We continue to think that we can take the law into our own hands. We are not the law. God is the law. Nature is law. We are merely vessels participating and co-creating with this. We are not it. But yet we want to take that into our own hands and say, oh no, I know what's best. I'm going to go blow people up because I know what's best. You don't know what's best. How could you possibly know what's best? We're insignificant. We're so small. We have a great purpose in life and we could be so huge, but that hugeness doesn't come from us blowing people up. It comes from us loving, because that's harder to do. It's easy to push a button and say, oh, I'm just going to go harm this person. Or it's easy to lash out at somebody who lashes at you. You think that's easy to do. When I'm upset, it's easier for me to be upset and want to be so frustrated that I want to harm something, rather than say, you know what, I want to love this person who did me wrong. I'm going to hug them. I'm going to show them kindness and compassion. We're not going to see that with these leaders. We're not going to see that. They're going to just go and they're going to like blow each other up, and it's because they're stuck. They're taking the law into their own hands. Now here's how Mother Nature's coming in to say, you don't create, you don't get to say, and you cannot control natural law. The fires that are happening in Australia is an example of the Divine Mother in the shadow side. On the shadow side of the Divine Mother, or the Divine Feminine energy, it wreaks chaos, it havoc. And guess what? There's not a target. It's not like war. War is very targeted. It's like those people, I'm going to go after these particular people. When Mother Nature steps in her shadow side, everybody goes. So until we wake up and start to heal ourselves, Mother Nature and the Divine Mother is going to get infuriated. And we're going to see these big things happening: cyclones, earthquakes, fires. It's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until we wake up. So wake up. And by waking up, I mean love yourself, love people, hug them, have compassion for them, understand that they too are in this suffering. You think that I want, people in all the war that's happening, I didn't want those people to be harmed. I don't even watch TV because I don't even know what's going on in the world. But when big things like this happen, of course I find out about them. And then I cry because I'm like, for what purpose do we go and harm another person? At what point is enough enough? At what point does a person say it's okay for me to just go and harm somebody mentally? And then cheer about it like it's we should glorify this like it's perfect and it's pretty, and then let's glorify harming people. It's hard for me to even harm a bug. How can somebody go out and harm people? Oh, and I just cry. You guys know me, I'm a crybaby. Good morning, Ellie. And right now, really, it's going to take people that have kindness and love and compassion through the fire and the storm that's going to heal the world. Not more war. It's not going to. We can have our political views and we can say this about people, that about people. And the reality is, do you love yourself? If you loved yourself, you wouldn't want to harm somebody else. It's the fear. It's the I want to be the one who's in charge. I want to be, and you don't control it. God controls this. It has nothing to do with us. We're just merely here to experience the experience. And some people want to experience that in peace and love and harmony. And we can't, because we have people who want to manipulate control and take their law into their hands and act as though they are gods. That it doesn't work. We are an extension of God. God exists within us, but we are not the ultimate truth. We are a part of that truth. Please wake up, people. Please, I beg of you, wake up. Waking up doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to be this spiritually enlightened person. No, it means feeling all of the pain. You don't understand the pain that I felt last night from all of the stuff that's going on in the world today. I could feel it energetically, the anxiety, the pain, the suffering, all of it. And I just cry. I cry. I don't know what else to do. I cry because I want people to know that they matter, they're enough. You know, it's just love is all that's going to help us heal, and prayer and healing. Loving your family, hugging your family, letting the people in your life know that you love them and that they matter and that we're here to support them. That's what it is. That's how we support each other. I just don't get it. I don't. I guess I'll never understand someone who can do, let's just shoot people, and I don't get it. I don't get it. It's because of fear. It's the ego of self-righteousness, of I have the answers, of I know better, of I think I know. You don't know. I'm sorry, neither do I. We don't know. That's the thing, is we don't. And if we did, we wouldn't be harming each other. That is not, no. It's here because it's here. I get that. And from an esoteric standpoint, if we looked at it from, you know, on the outside looking in, but we are experiencing it, right? We're here in the human flesh experiencing these hard times, right? The suffering. We're here and we're experiencing it. And from the outside, we can, from a neutral space, we can say war happens because it happens. And in this dimension, it happens, or otherwise it wouldn't happen, right? People kill each other because they kill each other. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. But it does. And so we have to say, yeah, it does exist. But is there a way out of it? Does it have to be this way? I don't believe that. I believe that we can learn to love ourselves enough, that we can learn to love our brothers and our sisters, that we can learn to honor the fact that we all have suffering. That's the one thing we have in common. We all suffer. Nobody escapes it. So why can't we just look at each other with some compassion and be like, look, I have compassion for you. You're going through it just the way I'm going through it. Good morning, Michelle. I haven't seen you in a while. No, instead it's like, let's harm each other and let's blow each other up. Why? Because we're stuck in the divine masculine and the divine feminine shadow side. So we're stuck in the shadow of the divine masculine and the shadow of the divine feminine. The divine feminine has been caged up and has been not honored as much as she should have. So right now, Mother Nature is coming back and spreading her fury, because natural law wins every time, you guys. Human made laws are made up. They're not real. When we start to look at nature, nature lives by its own laws. You think they live by human laws? They don't even know what that means. If we got a bird and said you're being a bad person, the bird would be like, I don't care. I don't know what you're talking about. Who cares? The bird would continue to fly, right? Good morning, Darshan. How are you? Love you too, Michelle. Haven't seen you in a while. Things are getting crazy, you guys. Please, healing and prayer is what is going to support us, and it's going to help us to heal the planet. Praying for yourself, loving yourself, treating yourself good, finding out what personal demons you have within you that you get to overcome, that you get to work with, that you get to manage. We all have internal demons. Nobody escapes that. Don't think that you're weird because, oh, I'm the only one who has this suffering. No, you're not. I'm the only one who feels this way. No, you don't. There's so many people. I have people who tell me, thank you for doing this podcast because what you're saying is how I felt my whole life and felt like I could never say it. Yeah, but I say it. Why do I say it? Because I'm here to support you guys, to have you recognize that you have a voice too. You too are going through the suffering. You too have feelings. You too are going through it. You're not alone in it. I know you feel like you're alone, but you're not. If you're alone, it's because people are lying that they're not going through suffering. Everybody suffers. Everyone. That's why we have compassion. That's why compassion is a word, because we have compassion. I see you. I see that you're going through the pain. I see that you're having a hard time. I see that you've gone through death. I see that you've lost a loved one. I see that you've been hit and battered. I see that you've been raped. I see that everybody has a story. I see that you were abused as a child. I see that you were beaten, broken. I see that. There is, Darshan, there is no monopoly in common sense on common sense on other side of the political fence. Sting, lead, or singer of the police. Sting, lead, a singer of the police. Oh, Sting, lead singer of the police. Got it. Not us. Okay, got it. So there is no monopoly in common sense on other side of political fence. To explain that to me a little bit, Darshan. There is no monopoly on common sense on either side of the political fence. There is no monopoly on common sense on either side of the political. There you go. Yes. So love. I mean, everybody's looking for answers, and it's simple but hard, right? It's simple in term. If you could just explain what that means for me, Darshan, that would be great. We are here and we're experiencing, and it's magnifying and it's getting harder to tread, and we say we want to love, and yeah, it sounds beautiful, but it's not easy. Taking the path of love and healing and taking this path that I've taken my whole life is not an easy path. It sounds beautiful, but the beauty does sometimes lie in the fact that in the suffering, because out of the suffering we know that there's harmony, we know that there's an ability to love, we know that there's peace, calm, tranquility, and there's refuge. We get that. We get that the land of milk and honey does exist, and we're constantly looking for, what does that mean for us? How do we get there? The land of milk and honey is here. It's not somewhere out there. It's within us. It exists within. We are the holy grail, not some woo-woo thing outside of us. You guys, I'm just like, it's exhausting me. This whole thing is exhausting me. I'm trying so hard to support you guys, trying so hard to show up. Good morning, Power Hour with Charles. I like that, Power Hour with Charles. We do old school Power Hour, my friends and I. Sometimes it supports to say either side. Oh, it's supposed to say either side. Got it. Light in your heart. Yes, thank you. Light is in your heart, is in our heart. Yes, light is in our heart. Absolutely, Ellie. Thank you for sharing that. And well, we pray together. Well, we look at what's going on in the world, right? Who am I? I am a compassionate, loving, and kind woman, powerhouse. Thank you for asking. That's who I am. And I'm so much more. I am Kamala. Those were big words. Yeah. And it's hard to live into. Not an easy task, right? When you say your love and kindness and compassion, guess what? Are you loving and kind and compassionate when people are spitting in your face, yelling at you, making you a mockery, telling you things? You have set the bar. Thanks, Power Hour. Darshan says on Facebook Live, everyone thinks they are right, that makes others wrong, but neither side has monopoly on what is right. Absolutely. Thank you, Darshan, for explaining that. Yes, that's where we get into our power trips and ego. With our ego, it's like, I'm right, you're wrong. No, the reality is your truth is your truth. So yes, maybe you are right for yourself, but maybe not for me. Maybe your truth is true for you, but it's not true for me, and that's okay. That is okay. Do you have children? Our ask. No, I do not have children. I have a niece who I raise. I'm helping raise, who is been an amazing child, and I'm so very proud of her. She's a 17-year-old. I bet when you do, you will pass these messages on to them. Yeah, my niece is the child that I passed the message on to. This beautiful girl, 17 years old. She just amazes me. And she's trying really hard. I'm not an easy person to learn from because I'm very, very strict. Not strict, I shouldn't say that, but I'm committed to a life of this. It's been my whole life. She's your trial run, yeah. And hopefully you guys, right? And supporting you guys, but I cried all last night, you guys. I'm trying to figure out how do I add value back into a situation that seemingly feels like it can never end. It feels like this war and these things are never going to end, like we're never going to get out of this craziness. And how do I support humanity? How do I give back? Okay, how do I support you guys? How do I add value back to your life? Because it comes from the deep depths of my soul that I want you guys to understand who you are. Just like Charles asked, who are you, right? That you know who you are and that you stand firm in that and that you know that you're loved and you know that you are loved and that you're not alone and that God is with you and spirit is with you. And some people who don't believe in God, it's God is still there regardless. Always think about what Gandhi, MLK, the Dalai Lama went through. Yeah, I do. I do. I think about these big leaders because that's how I feel. I feel it almost feels like a battle you'll never win, is what it feels like. To get people to recognize their beauty, their love, to get people to realize that they have the power within them, to get people. Yes, yes, I am live on Facebook as well. I do live Facebooks at Spirit and Coffee Talk. That is the light. That is my Facebook platform at Spirit and Coffee Talk. It's going to be an emotional one for me. I don't know what's going to happen. I know Australia's up in flames. I know we're going to war and we're doing all kind of crazy stuff. People are wanting to fight. And I'm like, love. Love is all that's going to heal. I'm watching. Now this is weird. My past is also live on Facebook at the same time as my life. Yeah. Are you on the live Facebook? Hi, if you're there. It's good to see you. Well, Charles, perhaps we have something to talk about. I've been doing my Facebook lives for probably over a year now. I think I started like 3 years ago trying to do them. How long have you been? That's so there you go. I just answered your question without you asking, without even knowing you were going to ask that. And then I just started doing my podcast on here for it's been about 2 months that I've been on the podcast Podbean. I just barely expanded and I'm looking to expand. And so I do Facebook Live and I have beautiful people that show up every morning. A lot of my local community shows up here, and people from around the world, of course. And so, yeah, and I absolutely love you guys. I want you guys to understand how much I love you. I pray for you guys all the time. I'm constantly like, I just want you guys to remember that you are love. You are love. God is with you. You are beautiful. You have this beautiful power within you to create in the world. And I give you so much information, so many different ways to maneuver through that, to look at it, to identify with it, to see it from a different perspective, to take it with you, you know? How have you found both doing both simultaneously with two different audiences? It's been good, actually. I find it pretty easy. I'll typically, Charles, read what people say, and then I'll talk to the audience on live Facebook. But I like the Facebook Live because I can see their little faces, emoji faces, they engage, and they can see me. And I want people to see me. I want people to see the authenticity. I want them to feel, here's why I do Facebook Live. And it goes into the topic today because I want you guys to understand that I am a real person. I'm real. And that everything that I do, I don't do it for show. I do it because I want to support humanity. I come with my pajamas on sometimes. It doesn't matter. I was at the hospital when I was doing this. That's how much I love. But we know that in the midst of all the crazy, right? In the midst of all the craziness, in the midst of everything that's going on, that there are people who love and there are people who are good in their hearts and there are people who truly care. And that's the beauty of it, right? That, yeah, we have on the one spectrum, we have people who are at war, fighting, you know, harming other people and okay with it. And I don't even understand how. But we do have love. And we have people who will continue to do this work in love. Like you were saying, Gandhi, MLK, Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, um, Jesus Christ, Buddha, um, Magdalene, Mary, all of these beautiful people who come into the world to say, yeah, and there's others that we don't even hear about, right? That are doing this work because they love humanity. They want us to succeed. I want you guys to succeed. Oh, I gotta start by following you and supporting you. I'm not religious, but I got you. Thank you so much, Charles, and I'll follow you and see what you're up to. I think I love you. I've been doing lives for years. I love you as well. And I will tune in. Tell me what you do. I'll follow your live. That's what I'll do. Your live podcast on Facebook, and I can follow you on here as well. Okay, me crying. Whew. Okay. So now that we're past all the tears and the crying, which I cold call, not that interesting. You're funny. Okay. I'm sure it is. Um, but I will take a look at your live video on Facebook. And there you go. And now I'm live on Facebook. And thank you for showing up. Actually, I appreciate it. Pray, pray, and love. And remember, you're amazing. Breathe. Okay. As I get my breath together, you guys, I could totally have a meltdown on here, and start crying because I can feel it deep within my gut. Yeah, you are right. It is interesting. Thank you for going live as I tune in for a reason. Breathe. Yes, breathe. Ah, okay. I could feel the pain deep within my gut, all the way to my heart, and then out of my throat and into my face. And that's sort of where the energy's lying. You guys, things are going to get crazy. Okay. They're going to get crazier before they get better. You can go back. And like I told you, it might seem like I'm a prophet. If you went back, right, to all of the podcasts or Facebook lives that I've done, and I told you that things were going to get out of control if we don't wake up, and I told you to get on the boat and start sailing and wake up, and maybe you guys didn't. Now we're here a year later and I'm telling you I told you so. And it's only going to get worse if we don't wake up. It starts with us. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to focus on loving ourselves, focus on loving our family, reminding them that we are loved. When we're in the dining room together talking, or when we talk about political things, it's not going to help us. It's not going to heal us. Having an opinion about who's right, wrong, good, or bad isn't going to heal us. The only thing that's going to heal us is love. Good morning, DJ World Time. Love is the only thing that's going to heal us. Love, compassion, kindness, looking at your brothers and sisters, forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Remember, you are love. That's it. When we step away from the distortion of that, when we distort the idea that we're not loved, we get into fear. Then we cause war. We think that we are the gods, that we can take all of this law into our own hands and determine what the fate of a person can be. That is not our job. We're here to support. I'm here to support you. I can't tell you what to do with your life, but I can support you in trying to understand what you should do with your life, or what you can do. I shouldn't even say should, but can do with your life. I can point you in a direction. I can ask you what direction you'd like to go. You get to choose. That is not up to me. When we start to take the law into our own hands and think that we can determine the outcome of a person, of an entire country, come on, let's get real. The reality is, go love yourself, go work on your family, go work on you. These people don't have it together. Look at them. You can tell they're unhealthy. They're not taking care of their vessels. They're just trying to control populations. We don't have the right to control. Thank you for sharing your love. I have to sleep. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes, Ali. Good night. Sleep well. Get rest. I was getting rest this morning. I look like a hot mess too today, but I don't care. I'm still here. Okay, we're going to see more craziness. The Divine Mother hasn't stopped her fury. If we don't stop the war, nature's going to step in even bigger. So expect that things will get crazier, and the shadow side of the Divine Feminine and the shadow side of the Divine Masculine will show up and battle. That is going to be scary, because that goes beyond what we think we can control as human beings. Oh yeah, we have nuclear this, nuclear that. When the Mother and Divine Father go at war on the shadow side, it's crazier than any human thing can be created. So please, you guys, wake up, learn to love. I don't know how much more I can say it. I wish I could reach the entire human population with these things. I wish everybody could hear. I wish everybody would know that they are loved, that they are loved, and that God loves them, and that that there's forgiveness. I really wish that. I wish everybody could know. I wish everybody knew and understood this. But I can only do what I can do, and I can only get this message out to whoever's willing to hear it. So there. Pray, okay? Pray today. Pray for healing, forgiveness, kindness, compassion, love. The only thing that's going to heal our planet right now is us loving one another. And I love you guys. I don't care where you're from or what you say. I've had people say foul things on here. You think that I'm going to reject them? No, I love them. I love them completely, wholly, and fully. Okay. So there you have it. That is Spirit and Coffee today. I'm probably going to cry a lot more today because I have a lot to cry about, because there's a lot of pain and suffering going on in this world right now, and things are getting crazier, and I can feel it energetically in my body. And so the only way to heal that is for me to cry and let it out, and to actually get on my knees and just allow all of it to just come out. Please pray. Pray, 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 pray. I ask that you guys send prayers to all those who are experiencing suffering. Send them forgiveness, compassion, and understanding. Okay? So I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. And I will be dressed up because I have work tomorrow. So I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay? So I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.